Don't leave stuff out. One of the greatest things that Tony and I have done, we did it separately and now we do it together in so many things that we share, is give everything, give all of yourself. Your value ladder is where you bring people into your business, okay? Information products, meaning sharing knowledge with people, can be delivered in any industry you're in, right? Tony and I are in the information business. We help people with knowledge, capabilities, tactics, tools, information to allow them to go quicker. But if you look at your business, because some of you are already doing it, or your competition who might be doing a little better, or you'd like to grow your business, sometimes at the beginning of this, and we're going to get to what all this means, information about your business is huge. So think about some of the things that could be information that could fuel your business, that could be free or very low cost. And that could be something that gets delivered through a podcast or Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn or YouTube or radio or TV or TikTok. And what could some of those be? What we want to do is give people multiple streams of access to you. So let me give you an example. Somebody might come in here at the first rung of this. I'm going to give my business an example. Somebody might follow me on Instagram or listen to my podcast or watch a YouTube video. They might watch a YouTube video, right? They might watch one of these. And when they get value here, they might go, wow, this guy gave me a lot of value on podcasts, or every day when I do a story on Instagram. I think that's pretty cool. I'm going to go get Dean's book. This is what a value ladder is. And there's a couple things I want to share before I go too deep. It's not a bait and switch. It's not about writing a book and leaving stuff out and say, if you want more, you should come to my dealership. Don't leave stuff out. One of the greatest things that Tony and I have done, we did it separately and now we do it together in so many things that we share, is give everything, give all of yourself. Because what you're going to see is some of the same content shared here, and shared all the way up the ladder is the same. It's the how much communication, how much connection, the depth of your products and services. So one is, this is not about a bait and switch like sell them the crappy car, and then when you get them in the back, tell them the car sucks, and then sell them all the upgrades. No, sell people the best car possible, but if they want those upgrades, you have them there so you can increase the lifetime value of your client. And if you increase the lifetime value of your client, what can you do, guys? If your lifetime value of your client is more than your competition, what can you do? You can do it in the chat, share in the chat. You can spend more in advertising on the front end to bring more people into your business than anybody else can, and you win the game. Okay, so I'm going to keep going through this, but I want you to say is over-deliver on each level. Connect each of them so they tie together. You're not doing a disservice to them if you offer additional products and services. You're actually doing a disservice because they're going to go get it someplace else. People come in at different access points. I'm not saying you have to start a podcast or go on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and LinkedIn, but I would suggest having one of those delivery systems, one of those outlets where you're sharing your knowledge, your wisdom, what you've learned, help people for free. I suggest one area of your life and your business, and I know some of you are already doing this, so please, those of you who are in it, don't say, duh, Dean, right? But I really want you to think about where you can deliver the most value. Maybe it's a Facebook group. I'll write bigger. Maybe it's a Facebook group with like-minded people, because this is where some people will access you and find you. And while you're sharing this, every once in a while, you could say, hey, if you liked what I shared on my podcast, on my Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, I bet you'd love my book. Why don't you go check it out? Why don't you go check it out? Some people just have, I provide financial services to people. Can you provide value in advance to teach them what they need? Can you provide a course at home where they can do financial services? Can you provide coaching in a group setting? Or maybe you provide one-on-one coaching, or maybe you talk to them on a weekly basis and you change their life. Like Tony charges people $1 million for a certain high-level mentorship. Now, none of us, we're not Tony. But you see how this adds up, that at the end of this value ladder, maybe maybe your competition or people in your space, the average client is worth $250 to. But when you have something for everybody where you're delivering value in advance without charging anything, maybe your client is worth $500 to you. Again, different companies. Some of you do a pool. Some of you do so many different things. Real estate, your average ticket could be $250,000. I'm just using round math because if you get here and everybody else is here, you might be able to spend $250 to acquire one client where your competition has to spend $100 to acquire a client. And guess who wins? You. So I'd love for you to think about in your business is, do you have, when you check out, do you have the knowledge, the information? Can you create some kind of information that helps people? A consumer awareness guide, sharing with people what is the wrong side of getting, what is the bad side of getting the wrong pool compared to how do you get the right pool? How do you choose a pool for the Northeast? How do you choose a pool for the Southwest, right? How do you deliver value to people in advance? Listen, we are living in one of the craziest times. And you know what the world needs? The world needs leaders and role models. You know how we fix the world? We fix it in our homes. We fix the economy in our homes. Because when we grow, we get to impact other people's lives. We can donate more. We can spend money in causes that we know need to be fixed. And we can make things better. And the reason I go on a little rant like this is because this is worth it. And we're in a time in history where people need your knowledge. And they need it in advance on whatever you specialize in. So I'm going to encourage all of you, that if you're not already delivering value and people go, oh, well, I don't do what you and Tony do. That doesn't matter. My sister is in the home security business, right? And home theater. It took me a long time. You know that saying, a prophet's never welcome in their hometown? My sister's like, oh, Dean, you're in a different industry. I'm like, no, it's all the same. And when my sister started sharing this and sharing knowledge and doing a newsletter and providing value on what's good or bad in the home security business or the home theater business, oh my God, business exploded. Because she was providing value in advance. If you provide value and people think about, oh, I finally need to get that will done. I finally need to get my trust done. I need to, buy a new house or invest in real estate. They're going to go to the person that brought them value without first asking for a check. And that's what, when we talked about Instagram and YouTube and Facebook, you don't always have to get an immediate ROI, because the ROI comes, what? As people go up your ladder. And you have to have faith that if you give it here, when people always say, how do you build relationships? I don't know the true definition of reciprocity. There's probably a better dictionary example of reciprocity. But when I think of reciprocity, I think of putting value out there in advance to deliver to other people without expecting it to come back from that exact person. Right? Sometimes, do you ever have a friend or a family member you give so much to and they don't do anything back, or they end up screwing you over and you're like, I can't believe I did all that. What if we just let that go and we realize that's when karma, God, the universe, tap you on a shoulder and all of a sudden a deal comes out of nowhere? How'd that happen? Because you put it out there in a certain place, right? I go live or do an Instagram story almost pretty much every single day. I go live in multiple Facebook groups every single week. I put a lot out there and it is time consuming, but I know for a fact my business, my companies have exponentially grow because so many times I do it and I don't even have a call to action. I don't say, I gave you this value, go buy my stuff. Because when people see all that value, they find what's next in the value ladder. And again, if you over deliver in each one, that they don't feel like, oh, I got this book, they left it out. If you think about that, then everything shifts.